all of my bars are bouncing, so that sounds weird.
Cool. Hello, and welcome back to Hunt Lowdown, the podcast for a fellow four-star. Though I'll be real honest, it's been a bit of a gap,
It's been
and I have bounced since I came back. I've been bouncing between 3 and 5 star playing. It's been quite entertaining. Um, yeah, how you doing, Drake?
I'm good. I'm good. I I've been bouncing between 5 and 4 mainly. I don't think I've dropped to 3 since the last time we did
I
this.
so this is being recorded post Christmas, so we
Yes.
should not
We
Christmas is real
we
fast,
we are
but
after we are a week after Christmas, give or take.
a
Uh
little bit into the event.
a little bit into this event, and I guess this can be like a belated Christmas gift to our listeners because it's
Yeah.
been a month and a half
I'll
plus.
I'll be real honest. I think a good chunk of my 3 star is because I've been playing some solos because I'm on vacation and I've gotten like 2 days off, which is amazing. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, but I've been playing a solo with the Necro,
Oh yeah,
and
yep.
it's been to the points where I'm like, Necro revive here is the wrong play, but if it works, it'd be hilarious.
Right. Were
And then
you
and
recording?
then I just die like 6 times in a row,
I
and then like my MMA
was about to
tanks.
say, how's your KD doing?
I don't want to talk about it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
If I cared about my KD, I would be quite upset.
I mean, I guess I could just go look it up. I'm in the game technically, so.
It is tanked, dude. I got it up to like 1.09. It's down to like 1.07.
Jeez.
uh, but it's been nice. I've been like assembling some minis I got for Christmas. I've been playing some Hunt. We're
Awesome.
recording this at 11 o'clock. Is when we're starting.
Yeah.
That's when our schedule's lined up right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so to,
Anything?
to to let the viewers know, as you know, Baldy's schedule has been crazy weird with his new job and everything. So it's been
Mhm.
very difficult to get in a new podcast episode. But then
For
in
reference,
the meantime, my
yeah.
schedule
So
got all messed up, so now it's even
yeah,
more difficult.
it's amazing how it lined up because I've been doing basically job and job training at the same time. So like most days, because I'm a teacher now for reference. So like I've been
Right.
doing the emergency license stuff, and then I'd come home and I have to grade and I have to prep and I have nothing to go off of. So I'm prepping everything from the ground up. So like
Mm.
legitimately most days it's like wake up, go to work, stay late, help some of the kids because I'm stupid. Um,
You're a good person. That's what you are.
yeah, doesn't feel like it sometimes. Um, get all the get all the papers and then come back and either grade or prep or do homework. Have like 1 hour, hopefully at night, and then do it again. And
Right.
so I finally turned in my final thing. It ended up being about 107 pages.
Goodness.
Which before you freak out, like a lot of those are like repeats because it's like, showing students' work and like the feedback I provided, blah blah blah
Oh,
blah
okay. Got it. Got it.
blah.
Got it.
So like one of them was like a full-page lab that I wrote, but then like I have to submit student samples, so like another 8 pages of it's just student work.
Right. Okay.
Like it was a lot, but 100 the actual pages is misleading. Anyway, so I finally turned that in into the semester. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna have 2 weeks off. I know it's Christmas, but like we'll be able to record a bunch. Drake, how you doing? Drake's like, yeah, I don't get off work till like 11. I'm like, what the frick?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why there's been no podcast for
A
an amount
minute.
of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's both of our faults now, not just Baldy's.
exactly. I can blame others now for my failings.
Oh, okay. I
Uh,
guess that
and
helps.
so that leads into a topic for today, whether um a shotgun buckshot of topics today, as we're just going to be covering a
A
random
variety of
buttload of
things.
things that have happened since because we last talked during Serpent's Moon.
Oh wow. I even forgot the name. I just that
I,
just
I
brought me
believe
back.
I believe it was Serpent's Moon, and then we were like, yeah, we'll come back and do like a wrap up for Serpent's Moon. We're not doing a wrap up for Serpent's Moon. We put our thoughts out there. There's
Yeah,
been
it's
two
there.
more things. We're in the middle of the third one.
Yeah.
Serpent's Moon was neat. The grind murdered me. Um,
This is really
and
gonna be a penny shot.
Yeah.
podcast, isn't
So
it?
I have 6 bullet points with like 7 sub bullet points on them that we want to cover. And the nice thing is a lot of these do tie in together because we'd have the benefit of hindsight and being able to go,
True.
hey, when we look at Serpent's Moon now, it's very clear that they were testing the mechanic of looting enemy hunters and being able to pick stuff up from them
Right.
and being able to drop things off. And as they were seeing how that gameplay was received for all the stuff in this event with the pledge mercs and
Right.
stuff like that. Which that's not going to be this podcast. We'll probably allude to it some, but I
Right.
feel like this event deserves its own
It really
thing.
does. It's kind of big, so I think
Yeah,
that'll
and
be
I'm
wise.
still unlocking the crag. I need the crag. I've got everything else, but
I
uh,
actually, I think you're further than I am.
that's well. It's kind of I've kind of been playing a little bit harder because I know I go back to school on the 4th. So
Oh, fair. Very fair.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm only level
and
12 in this one.
well, basically today was my last big day to just play games and
Ah,
like
okay.
work on stuff around the house because tomorrow I've got basically the next couple days I'm fixing my computer because my CPU fan is dying. Um,
That
and
sucks.
then I'm prepping because I want to prep like a couple weeks of stuff so this way I'm not prepping week to week like I did last semester and hopefully have some free time then. And
Okay.
then basically playing some catch up and getting ahead.
Makes
But
sense.
yeah, so I've actually gotten through a lot of it. I just unlocked the Lamat carbine. I've gotten the chance to play all the new guns at least once, but
Okay.
from like looting and stuff.
Right.
But my bigger experience has been dying to the Lamat carbine in the Krager bunch.
Okay. The only experience I have is the Centennial Trauma. That's it. That's all I got for this one.
I
So
actually haven't. Oh, I haven't even bothered with the trauma because I'm like
I mean, it's just the Centennial, but
yeah
with blunt
it's
melee. Yeah, it's.
I like it.
I know. I love it.
I
It's
played it. I played it once, and it's like, yeah, this is a melee variant of a gun. Anyway, that's for down the line.
true.
We're gonna start with. We've already. I'm gonna count that as Serpent's Moon wrap up. Unless you have anything you want to add about that.
No, the Serpent's Moon was very green.
Yeah, it's very clear that a lot of the stuff they were trying out for future events,
Yes.
and we have set patterns and stuff now. I would say it's the first of what appears to be the new line or what events are going to be. The next thing I want to talk about briefly is Twitch drops and 1.1. Now, Twitch drops was Twitch drops, and then it
Yeah.
was the introduction, I believe, or basically implementation of the quests and the quest lines,
Yes.
as well as introducing the beetle, which I have thoughts on.
the Twitch drops
The
that introduced the quest lines is what is how they brought back what's his name, Billy.
Billy Story, yeah,
Yep.
it was really fun doing all the quests because I actually had all the Twitch drops, so it was just like, here, have a random legendary. I'm like,
Yeah, it
oh,
was nice.
neat,
I enjoyed it.
lovely. Um, but yeah, let's start with the drops. I enjoyed the drops a lot more this time. I feel like they improved it. I like the new system of watch on certain days and like normally they're available for multiple days and you just watch like an hour or two. Content
Right.
creators who are partnered with them get like a little buff. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because it encourages you to watch them, but it doesn't. It's like, hey, it's only one, so like you can go watch Cypher Ghost and then be like, I want to go watch Drake for the rest of it.
Right.
So, I like it. I like the Twitch drops. I think it's a neat event.
Yeah, and they're often enough too. Almost kind of random. I feel like. That it's nice.
I wish they were scheduled. My big complaint, I think, would be is the scheduling annoys me that they don't really announce them until like a couple days out, and I
Oh,
would like a little bit more of a heads up.
I mean that's fair, but it's and
Both
I
both
guess
as a
it does.
content
Go ahead.
both on content side and just like I know people who have been, like one of my buddies was on vacation. He's like, I can't watch the drops,
Right.
so
I
I know
feel
it can be a bit.
I feel like the drops would be a good option for Crytek to use as like a going back in time for previous event content that is no longer accessible.
Yeah, it seems like they want to do instead of doing that. It seems like they're going to be offering as BB stuff during events, which
Oh.
I think a better way instead of doing it is I'm fine with it being drops. Like I've
Yeah, yeah.
as somebody who grinded for them, like I don't care. But it seems like the the more reasonable way would be the quest lines with Billy Story.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I do really like the watch it to unlock Billy. It's a really easy thing to do. And then you get the quest line forever.
I kind of
I
like the
like the
fact
quest.
that Billy wasn't the last thing on the quest line either.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You'd think
My
that would be the
only
big thing to
issue,
get, but
yeah, my only issue with it is some of the event exclusives are like pretty rad, and like it annoys me as like knowing that a lot of people just don't bother with Twitch at all.
right.
Which
True.
is, but like that's kind of the point of the event. So I'm like, it's kind of hard making the complaint being like, hey, the point of it of partnering with Twitch to give Twitch more viewership annoys me because people don't use Twitch. Like
Right. Yeah.
it's kind of a stupid complaint because it's the point. So
Right. Yeah.
it's just I like FOMO. So
Hmm.
um the other things for it were I want to save the Beetle because the Beetle I feel like will be the discussion one.
Okay.
Um the Beetle and the quest lines delving into those a little bit more. The price changes, they had a lot of price changes.
Oh yeah.
The ones that really that I think are the most impactful are the Labelle Marksman going up to 600.
I
The
got
Mosin
expensive.
Sniper
That's
going up
right.
to expensive enough that I'm just not gonna play it unless I loot it. Um, the Uppercut going up another $100, so it's like 500 now.
It's 414 the uppercut.
414, 414.
400 for the
Okay.
label, and also the I'm not. What was the birthday
No, no,
before?
no. It's the Labelle is still 400. The
That's what I
Marksman
said.
only the yeah. It's not
Oh,
414. The
oh,
Marksman.
oh. Sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
of course I don't have it unlocked.
the one that I think is really funny to me, and this is the one that kind of annoys me, because I'm pretty sure because they stated this. They went by how often these guns get played,
Okay.
correct?
I don't actually
And
know.
so the Nagant silencer, that yeah, they said that's like a big part of they balanced it basically by price, by popularity, by how much they get played, and like
Interesting. Okay.
and it wasn't strictly by that. It was the thing of like Labelle Marksman gets played a lot, and people kind of complain about it. So it's like, okay, this needs a nerf, that kind of thing. The
So
ones that,
nerf it with money.
yeah, the ones that I find funny, and the Nagant silencer, because like it still sees play, but it's basically only if you bring it with poison now as a tool.
Right.
Um, which I feel like the reason it was it and the chain pistol also got increased to like 80, and I feel like the reason those got played
84.
was because you get them for free from the reshuffle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like I don't know how much it changed. Like they were very good budget options, so like it really annoys me that those are removed as budget options.
Right.
FMJ got increased, which is probably reasonable.
I kind of feel
Um,
that way too. Yeah.
yeah, the conversion base got increased, which kind of annoys me because I don't think the conversion base is something that needed nerfed.
I don't think
Um,
so either. I don't really see people use it that much.
the FMJ was what needed the nerf, and then
Right.
they nerfed the FMJ price. So why would you increase the base price too? But it gives us a reason to play the base Nagant now, so I can play Copperhead. It's fine.
I
Um,
like Copperhead.
I do too. I like having a reason to play it now because now it's kind of like the cheap fanning gun to me.
Right.
Because it used to be you get slightly more accuracy and faster reload with the base conversion, which I preferred slightly. But I'm like now for like $25, like and you get another bullet, slightly bigger bloom, like whatever.
Right.
Um, so I think that was all interesting. The one that really annoys me is the rival, because the rival is my favorite shotgun.
Okay.
The rival is not the most played shotgun. Now the Romero price increase makes sense, right?
Yeah,
Most
everyone plays
played.
that.
It was probably the tier shotgun. Everybody plays it. The rival gets increased because, but do you know when you see the rival being played most of the time with slugs? Because that's when the rival is busted.
Right.
Because you get those two fast slug shots very very quickly. So they increased it by $50. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Then it's a slightly less of a good option now for the slugs because now you're fighting with the Spectre and the other ones. I'm like, okay, makes sense. And then they decreased slugs by $50.
What's the
So now
point?
if you want to play the rival with slugs, which now this is me just guessing, but like I feel like that's the reason the rival was nerfed because the rival with slugs was too good. The
Right.
rival with slugs is the exact same price now. It's still exactly. It's still basically. I don't know if it's exactly, but it's still $300.
Right, close enough. Might as well be.
Yeah. Though the big shotgun nerf was not the slugs. Which the more I play with slugs, the more I'm just kind of annoyed by them. I don't
Fair.
know.
Yeah.
They're fine. Um, but
I'm still
it's
annoyed,
the
but
thing
they're
like
fine.
I don't think they're like because it's a lot of people are like they're way too good, they're busted. I don't think they're busted. It just I like shotguns having a little bit of RNG and having a little bit of the running gun to it
Right.
because it encourages another style of play, and I feel like the slugs encourages a little bit more of the camping and like there's a lot of times where you get killed by slugs and just like really
Right. Where was
like
that?
being two tapped by a slug. What's the new shotgun? Um,
The
by a slug slate from like 30-40 meters is just like
oh,
really
yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing
It
for
feels
shotguns
dirty.
for me, but yeah, I think so. I think that's kind of it for price. Oh yeah, sorry, I just totally lost my train of thought. The real nerf wasn't the shotguns or the slugs. It was the uppercut because the uppercut's a lot more expensive now, and I feel like
By how much? Do you remember what the original price was?
they went up. It went up by about 100. It was around 300
100.
before. It's around
Okay.
400 now. I think it was
Eh,
275, and now it's 390 some. Now look, I don't mind that much because I kind of stopped playing uppercut a ton. I've got
oh,
like 50 of them sitting in storage just from
oh,
hunters
that's
that I
right,
buy and then snap
because
them
you
off.
don't
Because I don't sell
prestige.
them. Yeah, and you can only sell them for 50% now, which is still a baffling
I
decision
thought
to
it was
me.
always 50%, but
No, it used to be 75. They changed it where
that must have been a long time ago.
they changed it like the patch after quick swap, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, it really bugs me.
it's $414 for that.
Yeah, so I've kind of
Jeez,
reverted to using the packs now because they brought the packs down to 80, which
dude.
I do think puts it in a place that brings it, gives it a reason to be played now a little bit because it's
Uh,
cheaper than the Scotty,
yes,
than the Scotty variants. Most importantly, the Spitfire, because I feel like the Spitfire is the best variant. So I feel like being cheaper with the packs gives you a nice one because it's you have medium ammo now. It's pretty cheap for shotguns, so you can play with that. You can pair it with medium ammo rifles now,
right.
but typically I feel like the Spitfire still wins out if you're pairing it with a medium ammo rifle for close range. But shotguns, I feel like PAX is kind of the go-to now because
I mean,
the
it is for
uppercut
me
nerf.
just because I'm a fan of the packs. Like, I want more with
Yeah.
the packs.
We're not gonna go much into the new stuff, but we did get FMJ ammo with an poison, which helped it out a bit too.
Right.
Um, the one I think that helps a little bit more is fanning getting faster. It's actually a pretty respectable fanning
I
now.
actually didn't know about that update.
Yeah. So it's kind of thing if you're playing shotgun packs with fanning, you can like miss a shot or still have like a backup, which is pretty cool.
Huh.
As well
Okay.
as having a decent because it fans put the packs is very much the all around now. It does pretty well at range. It's got some versatility in ammo types. It fans pretty well. It's got a decent reload speed. It's got decent damage. It still not really have a niche that it fulfills really well, but
But all
I feel
around.
like it's yeah, I feel like it's all around, and I feel like the shotgun niche is fine enough for it. So I'd still like another PAX buff, but it's at a point now where like it's not assassinated anymore.
Right. It's been resurrected for now.
It's on life support now.
It's on life support. There you go. I like that more.
You can play it for reasons besides I like the PAX now.
Yeah. Okay.
Um yeah. I forgot about this. We had the lovely change that they didn't even bother mentioning of when you extracted,
Oh yeah.
you would get minor victory, major victory, or
Was it like?
what was the one you
Was it like
don't get it?
total? Oh, don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't
I
remember.
think it even said like defeat. I don't
I
remember.
think it was defeat.
Yeah, but it was
I
something
think
where
it said
like
defeat or something very
it was
generic.
it was the cheesiest freaking thing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everybody like it's been a while since I've seen
The community come together
like
on something.
yeah like quick swap, you on one side or you on the other side. For major victory, everybody was like, no.
This is dumb.
My favorite post was somebody going, it was talking about how like they joked with one of their friends, with a screenshot of an old post of like the day Hunt loses its identity and like all that and
We should
becomes
probably
the battle
explain what
royale
this is.
Oh yeah, so the end message when you like extract,
Right,
they
depending on
changed
how
it
many
from
bounties you have.
they changed it from "you live to die another day," which is very tonally fitting for of like kind of
It is.
the bleakish cowboy thing
In a
to
way, it's kind of iconic, that phrase for this game.
yeah, I
So
like
it's like,
it's honestly the thing of if you would take one phrase and like be the vibe for the game, that would be it.
other than hunt giveth, hunt taketh. That one's kind
No,
of
I feel like "you live to die another day" is
is more so.
much more fitting. Yeah,
Okay, fair.
because "hunt giveth, hunt taketh"
I'd
is
still buy that shirt. So,
it's just the Bible verse we phrased.
true. Yeah.
Um, and I mean, Bible verse was based on probably a saying at the time, like
Right. Yeah.
like it's just a saying tweaked for video game with permadeath.
Right.
With hunt, like you live to die another day is like, yep, you made it, congrats. You know you
It's
coming back to
it's,
the bayou. You're
it's more
probably
on an
gonna die.
uplifting note too.
Yeah, but there is the satisfaction of like you lived to die another
Yeah.
day with the implication of most of the time you die, so you living is an accomplishment. And
Right.
they changed
Yes.
it to like nothing feels more like pat on your head, little kindergartner, you
Right.
did good, bud, than minor victory.
I mean, honestly, even major victory, it just sounds cheesy for this game.
Yeah, but like major victories are like at least like, hey, that's impressive. Minor victories like you did it, champ. Good
Right.
job.
That's almost on par with like participation trophy like reward there, you know?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you tried, you know?
Yeah, and then we postcode were like, yeah, the day that Hunt like changes its extraction thing is the day it was its identity, and then they did, and everybody's like, what the frick?
And it was true. It was a foreshadow.
And they
Wild.
reversed it.
They
Hence why
they
we're
switched it
going.
back.
Yeah, hence why we're going. Was it exactly? It lasted what, 2 weeks?
Oh
It
yeah,
was
it went a
it
while. I
was
was
one
surprised.
it was one patch to the next patch. Like they didn't emergency patch it, but it was you could see them
Yeah.
backpedaling on it,
They got such
which
a backlash.
it really feels like all the story stuff. Like my hot take, I don't think a lot of the story stuff is very good. I feel like it's really getting. I'll
Out
talk
of
more about this
hand.
in a minute, but it's getting very tonally like extra and edgy, and I feel like the original Hunt wasn't that, and I feel like it's most of the time when people actually like kind of look at it, they kind of notice that, but like it's not. You don't see it unless you go to the story tab, and now they're
Right.
like major victory, battle royale, and it's like okay,
All right.
no.
Yeah.
The other thing they focused on was bug fixes. They fixed a buttload of bugs. We've talked about this before. It's hard to talk about, but they fixed a lot of bugs that've been around for a while. Um, it's pretty cool. I like that they did it. I'm fine with getting
Can you remember any of the
lower.
major ones?
Uh, they fixed the ammo switching bug where when you switch ammos, sometimes it
Oh
won't
yeah.
reload. But some more issues have popped up with that, but they did fix the original one. You just get new ones. I got a
Okay.
really fun one today where my Duke site broke.
Your dark site broke.
Yeah, I had nothing in dark
Explain.
state.
Oh,
So I
you just couldn't see
like
anything.
clues didn't show up like at all. The fire didn't glow blue like it's supposed to, or
Uh,
glow white or whatever it is. It was just
if anyone from Crytek or Hunt Showdown is listening to this podcast right now,
I
the
I
day is
submitted a bug.
December 29th. Okay.
I
Okay.
submitted a bug before. I'm a good boy.
Okay, good.
Um,
Good, good, good.
but yeah, I like that they fixed the bugs. It's really nice.
What
They did, however,
iteration of the Lamat bug are we on?
the Bat Carbine. It's weird. Now there's a full-size version of the Lamat. Please fix Crytek.
Well, okay. No, like of the original bugs that the Lamat had, which one are we on, if any?
I think, I,
'Cause
to
I
my
can't.
knowledge, the Lamat works as intended right now.
Does it? Okay. Because
Yeah,
at one point it was like it wouldn't reload properly, and then it was like when you switched
yeah.
the
You.
ammo types, it wouldn't switch properly, and then
Oh, I
they
did.
fixed it but then all of a sudden it was a burst fire in
I
shotgun
did.
form, and it's like, okay, hold on.
There is a glitch right now where sometimes you're not able to switch ammo types, and it got me killed the other day because I was trying to get the Berthier Spitzer ammo. So
Yeah.
I like do damage with Spitzer, and so I was playing it and it wouldn't let me fix, but switch.
Huh.
But they work. That's one of the known bugs. So
Oh, okay.
they did introduce a game breaking bug. Um,
Not
received a
Crytek.
lot of yeah,
Sorry,
it
sorry,
received a lot of
Crytek.
people who were going, this is gonna break the game. End of hunt. Blah 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 blah. They introduced Peanut, the bug drone.
Oh,
Yeah.
that bug.
Just yeah, he's neat.
You
Um,
know,
people
go ahead.
like when he came out, I went, okay, this is gonna be a thing for like a week. We're gonna see him. He'll be interesting sometimes. And then
Right,
I
he'll have
like
his moments.
checked, yeah, and then I checked the Discord, and man, was that a mistake.
Oh,
Uh, Peanut OP stop the bug, blah 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 blah. People really thought the battle bug was gonna break the game.
really?
I'm at a point where I'm struggling because I have the quest right now for the quest line, the Billy story,
Yeah.
to destroy 3 peanuts, and I can't do it because I never see him.
Wait, hold on. What? Which one?
I the quest line.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to destroy 3 enemy uh stalker beetles. That's what they're actually called. Now
Right.
then we've been
Okay.
talking about for me. Let's put the
You're
actual
calling them
name out.
peanuts, and I haven't heard you call them that
Yeah,
before.
peanuts.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
I call
Peanuts,
them
battle
jimmies.
bugs, jimmies, Jimbo.
Yeah,
Whatever, just call them whatever, and then
because
just hope the other people know.
that's what Third calls him is Jimmy.
I love him. He's great. I did get the questline one to kill him in my second match. I took it because the first match was we just died at spawn. Second match, I tagged somebody with the poison spikes and I had poison scents, and they hid behind the extract thing to heal, and I battle bugged them, and it was great.
Ooh, perfect.
I would I really like it. I don't think he's particularly game breaking. My big complaint with him, honestly, isn't anything with him. Well, that's not true. Make him $20, Crytek. Why is he 45? Make him 20
Oh,
bucks. Um, let me see some Jimbos in the wild. But my big thing is, how much development time did Jimbo Peanut take
yeah, probably too much.
for very potentially could have been more impactful, but I think at this point it's safe to say minimal impact,
Yeah.
which
What
isn't inherently bad.
was there
I'm not.
anything that they may have taken from the game that existed already and turned it into Jimbo to save on dev time? Like technically the bugs
I
fly, the
here's the thing.
hive bugs, but
He's not particularly complex.
true, but
You see Darklight, you fly up and down, you move as normal,
look around,
and then he
yeah.
explodes with a weird poison frag bomb that's toned down, and then if he gets hit, he explodes. So like I don't think he
Yeah.
took much, but it's the thing of making him initially was probably pretty easy, but then it probably took a while to fix the
To
bugs.
bug fix him, yeah.
Yeah, because I imagine like some weird things came up,
Oh,
especially with
probably.
like being a world item that drops and stuff. But
Oh, they also had there was a tooltip on screen right when Jimbo came out that was no longer true within a week of us having Jimbo.
oh,
It
oh,
was
with the blocking.
blocking extract. He could block extract when he first came out. That's
I
right.
think I think honestly they should bring that back.
I think
Um,
so too. I think that would be
they,
fantastic.
I think they need to either bring that back or lower the cost.
Or both.
But I don't know because it's the thing of I don't want him because he was a bit of a pain when he first came out.
Well, yeah, because everybody
Blocking,
was using
yeah,
him.
and I don't want him blocking extracts on like a regular basis. But
Right.
I like it being a niche case, which is I think what is intended. But I think if they reintroduced it now, it'd be better received.
Right. I
Yeah,
I
I
agree with
I
that.
like him. I think
I don't think I
they
don't think
should
he's that
have
broken because the fact that he's
no,
in perma dark sight, you can't see
no,
very
he's
far,
not.
you know,
He's not that. He's loud.
and he's
Um,
loud. He's very loud.
yeah. My only thing is, I think they should maybe maybe hitbox a slightly bigger because there has been some times
Yeah.
where I go, But yeah,
There's every time I've used Jimbo, I feel like the fight that I'm in is crazy intense. The longer I stay in Jimbo, like in his sight, it it just feels like because his like you have his noises in your ears, you have the lightning going on, you have the dark side ambience going on, and then there's still the
yeah,
actual fight happening. That it feels so chaotic that I've been in a
okay,
situation where like I feel like oh I need to hurry up and spot people or blow them up and hit someone with it or whatever, and then I'll do it and I come back to my normal site and it's quiet and just
yeah.
a gunshot here and
I
there.
think,
It's just like oh it's not as intense as I thought it was because he's so dang loud.
yeah, and I think my big thing is taking. We've had this discussion a lot where taking a consumable that doesn't most of the time impact a battle just feels bad to me, even for
That's
the
fair.
information. But that's because, but I think that also plays up one of my, I think, big weaknesses in Hunt is that I tend to run into things a little bit more, like just because I'm a, I just enjoy running and gunning a bit
You're
more
a
and
more
gets me
aggressive
killed. Yeah,
player. Yeah.
yeah, I like rushing it and yeah, it gets me killed, but like
Same.
sometimes you also it is the thing of but the other side of it is you do catch people with their pants down sometimes of like
That's
mid
fair,
revive
but that does
or
explain why you go up
reloading.
from 5 to down to 3 and back again.
Yeah, and a big part of that then is when I'm actually sweating, I know when to push a lot better, and so like I because I would not say that's my biggest weakness because I can kind of turn that off when I'm
Right.
in sweat mode. My big weakness is I am a god awful shot.
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah,
bad shot in
same.
this game. And big part of that is I just never played any mouse and keyboard games before this. So
Wait, really? I didn't know that.
yeah, I played Destiny before this on even on PC. I played it with a controller.
Oh, you're weird.
Uh, I played like I can run through all the games. Like I play freaking everything on. Oh, that's not true. I played Knights of the Old Republic on mouse and keyboard. So that's not
Oh,
exactly
okay.
a shooter. So
Right, that's a little different. In fact,
yeah,
I kind of agree with the controller for that one.
but yeah, I like the Beetle. I think I think making more of an indicator because I haven't bothered to memorize the beetle spawns yet, except for I know there's the one at Pelican, and I know there's the one um by oh my gosh, what is it? Lock Bay. But by not by Lock Bay. Freaking heck! What's
You know
the
what?
Sweet Bell? Sweet Bell. There's
Yeah.
one by Sweet Bell, and so like I need to memorize those. I wish there was a little bit more indicator for them, so that way they're easier to remember. But
Right. I will say that's something I wish that they did differently was have more spawns or at least more random spawns.
Mhm.
So still maybe there's only 3 or 4 on the map, but they could be in any of these different locations like like
There's a
supply
bunch of the
carts.
random ones, but like, ooh, I think that'd be fun. Sometimes there's one at a supply cart.
That could be cool. Yeah. But like
Um,
they're only in
I
set spots though.
that might be something neat. The other thing is another way to fix it. Just you know how we have random consumables now,
Uh what do you mean? Random consumables?
so you can find like orange juice and
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
dynamite.
yeah, yeah. Up in towers and
Yeah,
stuff.
just add them to that list. You
That'd
can
be
find them.
interesting.
Yeah.
Have a
Um.
cocoon up in a tower.
Yeah. But I like the beetle. I don't think he's particularly competitive. The most enjoyable way the most fun I've had with him is playing Poison Sparks, Poison Sins, and Beetle, which
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that's competitive.
I mean, if it works. The main thing I'm excited for the beetle is to see what kind of skins they come out with for him. I want a
Oh my
moth.
god, I didn't even think about legendary ones. Oh, moth.
Give me a moth.
I want
I
okay.
want to buy you moth.
I take it back. If we get Moth Beetle, best update.
Okay. Yep.
I want Moth. I want. Okay, next. Okay, Crytek. Listen to me.
Listen.
Next event, we get Moth Boss, and he can be light based. He can like blind you like flash
Ooh,
bombs.
I like that
Yeah, and then we can get a Mothman skin. We can get
for the
Moth Bug.
beetle.
We can get a little moth like medallion. What are they called? Talisman.
Yeah. Gun
Nubbin.
buddy
What are
thing.
yeah? What are those called?
Charm. Weapon charm.
Charm. Yeah, weapon charm.
It'd
That's a
just be a
discussion we need to
mothball.
have too. You can get mothballs. See, now you're thinking of
Right.
mobs. We can get the West Virginia Mothman map. Like, Crytek, I'm only asking
I
for
just
a 10%, not even 1% kickback for this Mothman idea
I
in
just
this year.
registered the Mothman map.
Moth map.
I like it.
Oh, you could have like fall, like the event could be like, you know how they always have like a time of day now.
Yeah.
You have like fog, but like you get like random lights and stuff in it, like spooky lights just out of sight.
Ooh.
The spook lights could be great.
Like wisps in the woods kind of thing, but it's just moth lights.
Yeah, yeah. And
That'd be
they like
awesome,
they lead you to
actually.
the Mothman.
Dude.
All right,
All right. Yeah. I won't.
Moth.
I won't tangent. I love this idea, Crytek. If you're listening, please hear us out. Please listen to that
next
part again.
next podcast is the Mothman podcast.
Yeah. Next event or the current event? Nope. Mothman update.
Everybody like, oh, I can't wait for the wildfire discussion. We're like, all right, so Mothman.
Yeah.
Here we
So
go.
anyway, Mothman.
Welcome to a true crime episode
I
about
can't wait till they come
Mothman.
out with a Sasquatch update.
Oh my gosh. All right. Do we want to talk monetization real fast?
Sure. Let's go through it.
Yeah. One of these is no longer true because the one of them that was on there was black milk. The black market literally didn't work for like 2 updates for a lot of people. I was one of them.
Okay.
So all the
What
other
was happening?
increases, it nothing. You go, I
Okay.
I
Fair
went to
enough.
the black market tab and nothing happened. Like it'd be like, here are your 3 tabs. I would click on them and be like, cool. You clicked on a new tab. I'm like, can I see the gun on sale? They're like, no.
No.
Okay.
Why would you let you do that?
It was a little bit annoying at that time. Like I was really cheesed off when I made this note because they're like, hey, to help offset the increased prices, you can use the black market. And I'm like, I was already like, okay, this is poorly implemented. And then I went to it and it didn't work. And I'm like, all right.
All right. Speaking of poorly implemented.
Yeah. Now monetization. I want to say monetization is not a bad thing.
Right.
I actually like a lot of monetization. I think a lot of the monetization has been done very well. However,
I was waiting for it.
we've had a lot of increase. Almost every single new gun, I believe, has been 800 or 900 BBs. BBs went up slightly in cost. They introduced the Battle Pass, which has an additional one that you can pay even more to pay to skip part of the event. Um,
And levels, yeah.
the newest DLC for 2 legendary hunters, which are effectively the same legendary hunter.
Just reskinned, yeah.
One and then what 2 weapon skins is $15 compared to the previous ones of similar amounts being 9. Because like if you think back, like some of them, like the wolf one was I think 5 guns for $10. Same with like the Arsenal one. I mean this one is 2 legendary hunters, which I think they value more for some reason. Even though I think a legendary hunter is less exciting than a new gun to me,
I
because
kind of
a
like
new
both
gun.
evenly, to be honest with
Well,
you.
because to me it's the new gun you can play anytime you want to play that gun,
Mm-hmm.
and you can play that with any legendary hunter and you see it. Legendary hunters, you can only play one at a time, and
Right. That's true.
you have to, and you
But
can't.
that's what other players see, and so in a way,
Yes,
it's either showing off or
I care
using
more
Kane
about
to
the first
hide.
person.
You know,
I care more about the first person view.
that's fair. That's fair.
Um,
I like both. So
so like, and you can't. The thing that annoys me is I like being able to see my skills before I get them. So I really like the Wii spins, being able to go, oh, this guy's got Doctor, rad.
right.
Um, and that's why I'm like, Legendary Hunters are less exciting to me because they also because you're paying 200 and you might get adrenaline. See what's it? Adrenaline, the diffusey one, and kite skin. It's like I
Right.
paid $200 for that. Okay, cool.
Right.
But yeah, so the DLC's been more expensive. They have been offering some more bundles, for discounts. But the other side of that is they've also been bundling all their guns more. So like there hasn't been early on we had a couple that were like 1 or 2 weapons, and like all of these new ones have been 4 or 5. So like if like the new one, I just want the Lamat. I don't really care about the other stuff.
Right.
Um, I don't mind getting one hunter for the event because you can get the bonus points, but I don't particularly like them to play them a lot. So I'd basically be paying $15 for one Lamat skin,
Okay. Yeah.
which is okay. You know,
All right.
it's 9 with the bundle if for the event because like I've got a bunch of the other ones, but yeah, that's kind of the thing there. I think it really bugs me because I really like the battle pass system in a lot of ways, but it feels like they purposely made it a little bit slower to encourage buying more BBs to buy points for it, which feels a little disingenuous pairing with all the
Well,
new guns being 900
but they
BBs
also
and
did do the what is it? The contracts are cheaper by a lot. So
hmm?
the contracts that you can activate,
Yes, are they?
like it's 60, 100, 200
Okay, that's not
for
bad.
3 hour,
Okay, yeah.
24 hour, 3 day.
Okay, that is a lot better. But
Yeah, so that one I was okay with, but yeah, and
that's
and there's not an accruing amount of points per level either. It's the same 1,000 points.
that's the big change to me that makes me just go, okay. If nothing else, it just makes calculating time and prediction so much easier.
Yes, agreed.
Um, and so this is the thing of like, I don't think a lot of people are like, oh, Crytek's, greedy. I'm like, I don't think Crytek is awful, right? I don't think like these are like the worst monetization
Right.
ever, especially as they're still sticking to almost strictly cosmetics. They're not sticking strictly to cosmetics. People are like, yeah, they are. I'm like, no, no. Gun unlocks are tied to the event, which you can buy your way through now. You can buy your way to gun unlocks.
Well, but that's gun unlocks. I mean, everyone is gonna get there eventually, even if you don't complete it. You'll get it
Yeah.
eventually. It's just early.
Oh yeah.
It's just early access. That's
Yeah.
whatever.
But it is still technically paying for
It,
advantage in some ways.
it's paying
I
to get
don't.
early
This
access to
this
new guns. That's
this
my
is
opinion.
this. Oh, I mean that's not an opinion. That's a fact.
Well, but what I mean though is that's not a bad thing.
But if to, and I'm not saying the Lamach Carbine's broken. The Lamach Carbine's broken, and you can play for it because you can pay for the money, the actual money to play it early, and you
Right.
can't. That's paying for an advantage. I'm not saying it's egregious or anything. I don't think the Crag's broken the game. I think it's a little bit tuned. Um, I don't think the Lamach Carbine's breaking the game. I think they're both pretty good. I don't think the Winfield trauma's breaking. Actually, no, that broken the game's broken with the Winfield trauma.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
So like, I don't think paying for them's like insane, but it is something where I do want to mention. This is kind of the first time this, and I think Serpent Moon had this too, where you can kind of pay for an advantage.
See, I have a
You,
hard time
it
calling it an
is
advantage.
it is early access,
Or, yeah, early access
but
to me is not an
yeah,
advantage, but that's just me.
it is the thing too of I have died to the Crag and Lamat once or twice just because new gun.
Right, and you don't know how to
Like I
fight it.
yeah, like I push or I don't push in times I definitely should or shouldn't have.
Right, but that would have
Um,
happened if you everyone had access to it or not, like or early
yeah, but if
access or
if if Bob has access to it earlier and he could take advantage of that,
and
while
learn it.
that's
I
more
mean,
of a
and that's
window.
fair.
Which, by the way, the Craig sites are freaking great.
Really, I have yet to use it. I haven't even picked it up yet.
Uh Probably my favorite long ammo sites.
Ooh,
I don't. I think the best one's still the Mosin because it's got the least blockage.
Yeah.
but I really like I
You
really
know,
like the
I actually
cracks.
really like the Mosin site as well, but man, am I
Mhm.
bad with it. I'm actually better with the Spark
That
site than
that
I am with
that,
the
that little bitty tippy top, it's sometimes a little bit hard to judge exactly where it is.
Huh. Okay. It's like pixels wide.
Yeah, because it's so thin, which is
It's
really
very
good for
thin.
visibility. Um, and theoretically, it could help you be more precise. But I find that just with like the little bit of sway, it always throws off just a little bit more than I anticipate.
Yeah.
And it's the more I play it, the more I get used to it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I also been playing the birthday a lot with this event because I keep getting the Spitzer quest, and you can play Spitzer for $75. Oh yeah, Spitzer hammer came down in price too.
Oh, good.
Um,
Oh yeah.
I would care if I ever played Spitzer. Um,
I
because
man,
I don't like the damage drop off or the damage drop because you can't one tap people missing 25, which I feel like is a massive advantage of long ammo,
mm-hmm.
especially as a sniper when you're playing fair enough out that damage drop offs to relevant. I don't like having to rely on headshots on hunters who have already been downed.
Right. Fair.
But that's a preference thing. But yeah, and so I keep getting the Spitzer quest, and so I'm like, yeah, I'll play
Yeah, I'll play
Bertha
more
half.
Spitzer, sure.
Well, it's if I'm going to play Spitzer, I want to get through as fast as possible, so I take Bertha Spitzer. So that way it's only like $400, and I can just body tap people like 4 times, and be like, haha, I'm done.
I'm done.
And then I go back to playing normal guns.
Spits are scary, man. Those bullets coming in around you if they don't
It's
actually hit you.
the Spitzer does trigger like a really hard fighter fight response
It
in me.
really does. It's so crazy. Just the sound effect of it
Okay,
whizzing by you is so terrifying.
totally unrelated.
Yeah.
Um, I got wrecked by Dragon's Breath the other day.
Really? Surprise, surprise.
Like no, like it is one thing where like I actually like ended and I went, is Dragon's Breath busted?
It's it's been broken for
Somebody
a
poked me.
while.
Somebody, I don't think it's actually busted, but somebody poked me like 4 times with a thing, and like my vision went, and then I was on fire, and they set off like a barrel behind me, and like I was so disoriented and like on fire that I couldn't aim. My health was gone. They burned off all of my berries, so even with the grounded thing, I started to buy all my berries back, and I was very annoyed. But it was just like
Dang.
it was one of those things where like I was just like that was a wild experience.
Spin around in circles from a single shot of
Well,
Dragon's
like I
Breath.
was trying to shoot him, but like the fire was in my eyes, and there's scorching flames coming at me. I was like, "Oh, jeez."
Yeah. Yeah, Dragon's Breath is crazy, man. Like,
Yeah, it's. I still can't play it though, because every time it's the baldy tilter.
the
It tilts
baldy
me
tilter.
because every time I go, "Why ain't you on fire? Why didn't you die? Why didn't X?"
Do you I think you did see the clip that I have somewhere. We were in Ironworks and at the boss we were banishing it and I had you and Dark would hate me for this, but I had Romero hand cannon
Mhm,
Dragon's Breath, and then I
mhm.
had conversion like base conversion dualies with Dum Dum.
All right.
And I hit him with the dum dum, so he was bleeding, but it was far enough away, he didn't do a lot of damage, so he was running away trying to bandage. I run outside, hit him from a really
The
long
fire.
distance, yeah, with the Romero, set him on fire, and then as he
I,
went around another corner, I ran up onto the back porch or whatever the tower is, and managed to finish him off with my dualies. And I remember you commenting on that. You were like, "That is so dirty."
yeah.
You're like,
I
"That is
just
so mean."
I just always get the tailboy G with it, where like to pair that with a slow muzzle velocity, I just get really unlucky with setting people on fire. Or maybe it's just
Um,
bad because bad. I don't know.
I,
Um,
I just poor RNG at that
yeah.
point.
Dragon Breath is fun though. Just
It is
wish
a
it.
lot of fun.
It's just weird. It's in a weird
Quick
place.
question.
Yo,
Do you know the YouTuber Annoyed One? The Annoyed One?
I've seen one video by them.
Okay. I personally love his content. It's great, but he recently did a thing where he downranked on purpose just to see what it was like in a 1-star lobby.
Hmm.
And on his way back
Oh,
up,
1 star. Oh boy.
well, technically 2. I don't think you can actually reach 1-star.
Okay.
But he on his way back up to 5-star, he did nothing but Dragon's Breath. Actually, on the way down, he did Dragon's Breath. That's right. And it was so much fun to watch.
I will
I
say that's
highly recommend it.
here's the thing. The 3-star lobbies are not like I play in like 2 and 3-star lobbies sometimes when I'm like doing like this when I just tank when I'm playing terribly and I don't care.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, sometimes I'll just play like free hunters and just run and gun.
Yeah.
It's like and like I'll put on like a podcast. It's almost like a stress relief for me sometimes. Just
That's not bad
die a
actually.
bunch. Um, and here's the thing. Here's the dirty little secret. All you Tuesdays out there who listen to our podcast, first of all, how are you listening to a hunt podcast if you're Tuesdays? Like, what's happening there? Second of all, there's not a hey cat, no,
They'll
don't be up. Okay,
they'll
what's that?
they'll be 4 stars soon because they're listening to our podcast.
But that's true. That's how you get. That's what the intro is for. It'll actually get you
Right.
up there.
Yeah.
But the the duty secret is it actually not that much better. Oh, sorry, like in higher lobbies, a lot of times, like between like 2 and like 4 stars, it's
Right.
a lot of times they just don't care.
Oh.
Like there's a lot more just
Oh.
running and gunning because like the amount of times you get like flick headshotted from like 100 meters by like a chain pistol or something, like they're still really high. Like there's still
Still
people who
really
can like
good. They're just
yeah,
lazy.
there's still people who can shoot or position when they really want to.
Okay.
They just don't a lot of the time. And like that's kind of that like now, that's not to say there ain't people who
Are
wander
actually
into a
new.
battlefield and going, what's going on? I've got
Right.
myself a gun.
What are bullets?
Um
Yeah.
yeah, but there are definitely there's a lot higher of a I think the ceiling for people being good is higher than people would expect from like 2.5 to 3 star lobbies and stuff
Right.
like that.
The way
The
that I feel like it happens and like after watching that
Mhm,
YouTube series, it's like 2 stars they're either really good but lazy people like you said, or they're actual
mhm,
new people, and then 3 star are the people who like are generally good, but they're
mhm.
learning the map better, they're learning the mechanics better, so they're actually getting
Yeah.
better just because they know the game better, and then 4 star is plus is just a mess.
Yeah, and I would say 5 stars is consistently everybody's pretty decent to good,
Yeah.
with different levels of camping and I feel like the
Yeah.
difference there is people have all like in 3 stars you 2 and 3 stars you might have people who are pretty good at the game but just don't have map knowledge or don't have patience.
Right.
They're missing something. Whereas in 5 star, I might not have the patience, but I might have the map knowledge and the shooting to make up for it. Or I might not
Right.
have the map knowledge, but like I'm patient and good at positioning, and like I know take a shot, rotate, stuff like that.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
and I feel like that, and then when you get into 6 star, you're getting into people where they're consistently trying and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
there's my
Fair.
middle of it ratings thing in the middle of monetization talk.
Well, that was basically it,
Yeah,
wasn't it? For monetization.
yeah. I feel like I don't feel like they took a step backwards, but I do feel like there's still I feel like they took one step backwards and one step forward with this event of bringing down the boosts. It seems like listening to the community. I actually wasn't aware of that one.
They still
I got kind of
activate the moment you buy them, which is still a bummer, but
yeah.
they're a lot
I feel like if
cheaper
you're
than they used
buying
to
them
be.
though, you have control over it.
Oh, and it's
They're not random. They're not randomly in the thing now.
right. I'm about to say that they're not
Like,
randomly
how did they
throughout the battle
wait? They didn't give
pass.
out free ones, did they?
They didn't give free ones, so there is that.
Boost, yeah. But like
But I
that's what I'm
mean,
talking
they're
about.
cheap,
Like
so
yeah, they're cheap, so like they're easier to get now. Nice. They did give out free ones. Not nice. All they're
yeah,
new
it's a balance.
legendaries, and they're giving out some free ones. Cool. A lot of them acquire the battle pass, which I think battle pass is fine. So nice. All the new um legendaries, though they cost BBs, they're all 800 and 900 BBs. Not nice. The new DLC is $15. Not nice. The new
Right.
DLC is $15 if you want to get the legendary hunt thing with it. It's still 1,000 BBs, and to get that like bundle thing.
Right.
Not necessarily nice or not nice. It's just like do you want it or not?
Yeah.
So it's just like there's a lot of like they're doing like a tango of like which I think I prefer this than them just going like full steam ahead with monetization, not listening. Like they do seem to be
Right.
listening a little bit at least. So I'm at the point where I think I've walked back a little bit from. I think the last time we talked about it, I was just annoyed, and so I was probably harsher than I probably should have been.
Well, but I
So
mean,
I'm
at the time though, I think that
yeah
was right. I mean,
yeah. So I'm
or
walking it back
understandable.
I'm walking it back a little bit not because I think that it's amazing, but because I don't think I gave them the credit that probably was deserved.
Okay,
So
that's fair.
now that being said, I'm still very annoyed with a lot of these things.
Right,
Um, but it's the thing of like if they revert one or two of them, or doing something else, I'm fine with it.
right.
Oh, they also offered a little bit of BBs with completing challenges and stuff with the event. So like, okay, okay.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
It's a very mixed bag. Whereas before, I think I presented as basically negative, and so I think
Right,
this is a little bit more of a
but
fair
it's
take.
also been 2 months since our last podcast, and a couple of events have passed since. So,
Yeah. Speaking of the Halloween event, I actually didn't finish the Halloween event because I didn't care about the last couple legendaries, and the way it worked was quest lines,
which I thought was
and you would
interesting, but it was
yes,
also not memorable to me. I don't remember
you
half
would
of what happened with this
you would
Halloween event.
take a yeah, you'd have like a tier. You'd have to complete X amount of quests to get to the next tier.
Well, that part I remember. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just quest
but
line.
that's yeah, but like I'm just covering it.
Oh, sorry.
Um,
I thought you were
yeah.
explaining it to me. I was like, dude, I lived it.
So Drake,
Yeah.
when you get into a match and hunt, you
Uh
want to
huh.
enter your deck site so you can find your first clue.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, you're
What's
welcome.
that look like?
Um, do you know how long it took me when I first started playing to learn what a red clue looked like?
Really?
Yeah, it took me like I just somehow like never encountered it.
You want to know how it
Maybe
happened to me?
no, I mean like legitimately like 150, like 200 hours,
Oh,
like
dang! Wow.
to
Yeah,
to
no,
the
it
point where
was
like
like,
my two because I played mainly trios with my buddies and they'd just be like explaining it to me and I'm like, so is this a red clue? They're like, no, that's not a red clue. That's just a normal clue. I'm like,
well,
hmm.
what is the red clue?
And then one day it was like picking up, and like I was literally picking it up, and it turned red. And I went, guys, I think I know what a red clue is.
I like that. Yeah,
It was
that's
really funny.
basically what happened to me. But it was my like third match. I like ran up to a clue, being standard newbie, and didn't crouch, nothing. Just looked down at it and started to use it, and all of a sudden it was like red, and I was like, "Huh, that sounds creepy." And then I got shot in the head, and I was like, "Oh,
You're like, that's an intriguing feature.
I think I know what that is."
I wonder what that means.
I was like, "Go back to the main menu."
Yeah. But I've mixed feelings. The quest line for an event
Yeah, me too.
because I like that it changes gameplay a little bit. However, having them all tied to specific challenges, a lot of times being requiring gun requirements and or monetary investment.
Souls or
Is
silver.
oh my god! I lost. By the way, I lost 15 grand
Jeez.
getting the Souls of Silver one because the only way I enjoy playing Bornheim is Duel Bornheims.
Oh,
And
I'm
that
sorry.
and Duel Bornheim extended is what is that? $600
It's a lot.
and not particularly good. Oh. And so, like, I played it
Yeah.
normal sometimes, like, it's I'm not I'm just I just don't
I
enjoy
just
normal bo
I
see, I
just
lost
didn't
a
have
lot.
Souls or Silver unlocked.
Yeah, but yeah, you don't have it unlocked, you don't
Like,
poison ones. If you wanna play because like, to poison enemy hunters or to get poison damage, I think the best way to do it is probably the Centennial poison or the Officer Carabine poison, or just Officer poison. The cheapest of those is gonna be 150. The other two are gonna be like 200, which isn't expensive, but it's expensive enough that if you're playing in a couple matches in a row, just trying to get poison on hunters, you can burn through a lot of money, and it's kind of annoying if you're like, I don't really want to play poison.
right. I mean,
It's
the hand
especially with
crossbow
poison.
poison was handy for me for that.
Do you know how annoying it is to play poison and get poison enemy hunters, then headshot people and go, God dang it,
Yeah.
because they don't get poisoned, they just get
Right, they
dead.
just get dead. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I like the quests, hemorrhaging money and being forced into play styles,
Right.
not so much,
If
and that's something that's
it would be
rolled over into
better,
the next gen.
that one in particular would be better, Crytek, if you're listening, if the bullet that killed them instantly with the headshot if it was
Just have it count as
poison,
poison.
have it
Yeah,
count. That would be nice because we
yeah.
used a poison bullet. It's just they weren't poisoned. Is all.
It's so I like that it changes gameplay. I don't like that it forces you into things. So like the new one with like Sorcerer Silver or like play Spitzer.
Right. It's like
Like Spitzer's a very specific
it's just when it's the
play
high end
style.
stuff, when it's like,
Yeah.
because like if I'm someone who likes to prestige and I'm slow at it, you know what I mean? Like I
Hmm.
don't. There's people who've been 100 since the game came out, and I don't know how, but
Yeah.
they did it. But
I
like,
like the ones that are like deal damage with rifles.
yeah,
Get headshots, deal shotgun damage. Cause yeah, it's gonna cause you
or
to
kill armored with fire or something. It's like because I can pick up a lantern if I have to, like
yeah.
that's fine.
But
But
like I really like deal shotgun damage. Cool. Do you like the Romero? Play the Romero. Do you like the rifle? Play the rifle. Do you like the crowning cringe with slugs? Go be a toxic little boy in the bayou. Go have fun, right? But if
crowning
you go,
cringe.
if sorry, the clowning cringe. I think
Oh,
crowning cringe. I'm sorry.
yeah, clowning cringe.
Um. But you can kind of play it whatever. Do you want to play Dragon's Breath? Levering Terminus? I mean, that's an option. But you still have to play a shotgun. But it's not.
Right.
It's not necessarily forcing you into one, especially if it's like, hey, I just prestige. All right, your daily quest is to get kit 350 damage with Spitzer. Okay.
Right.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
I just prestige. Do this quest line that is Sorcerer Silver. You have to unlock the Bonheim. You have to go through all that.
Right.
Like that can be a pain.
Kill enemy hunters with a Soldier Silver and Spitzer ammo. Like,
Yeah. I would say my highlight so far is I got for the new one. I got kill an enemy with a concertina bomb and get a Derringer kill in the same match within 30
oh,
seconds of each other.
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I stuck into a boss lair and some dude was crouching and like moving it out. So I concertina bombed because it looks like it's like a foot away.
Yeah.
And then his buddy and I were just picking the concertina wire and I just won with a headshot because my bullet went through the wire and I won that way. And they had like long arrow. I was like, oh, sweet
Hell
upgrades.
yeah.
It was so like it can lead to some really memorable moments. Like there's no way I would have played that way if I didn't have kill with concertina bomb, kill with
Right.
Derringer. But it can be very frustrating too. I
It's
think,
probably more frustrating more often than it is satisfying and
yeah.
rewarding.
So for reference, again, we'll get into this more with the current event. But instead of doing like the tiers with it, they're just doing basically like weekly challenges. And they're all really short. So they're like do shotgun damage, do rifle damage, do Spitzer damage, set kill doggers with fire, kill enemies with poison, whatever, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of those, and some of them can be really challenging. Like Spitzer, it can be annoying because Price kill somebody with a Derringer can be rough sometimes. Um, but they also give you a free reshuffle, so like you can reshuffle one quest away. Um, which isn't an option if you're doing like the event if you're doing the what's it called, the quest lines, because
Yeah.
the quest lines are like you have to get so many stars to progress off of a given selection, so like you can't, excuse me, how they set up originally you can't reshuffle one because they're all set in stone. With So it's like I think the solution is to make the shuffling a little bit more. Maybe you can shuffle like every couple matches or spend $100 or 5 blood bonds or whatever, um, to respin one. I think that'd be. I think
Yeah.
that'd go a long. Like I think that little change would go a long way. But yeah, I liked the quest lines. I hope they bring them back. Um, like the Billy Story one. I just hope that they're a little bit vaguer. Is kind of my thing.
Right. Not so specific.
I like memeing. I don't like being forced to play expensive memes multiple rounds in a row.
Right.
Do a quest line though. That's where my complaints kind of stem from.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
And
covered
I
a lot
agree,
there.
frankly.
What are your thoughts here, Drake?
Um, I don't know. Kind of the same, really. I have nothing to add to it.
Okay. Just add that you hate me and you think all my opinions are wrong.
Well, I hate you, and all
The
of your
one,
opinions are wrong. So
See, there we go. Now the people got the drama they came here for.
right, me hating on
Um,
you. So, wait, hold on. You told okay.
is this agreeing or disagreeing? Who knows?
Yeah, right. Find out on next episode of.
If there is a next episode,
I know that's
done,
right.
done. Oh my god.
Oh wait, you were being
Yeah.
sarcastic. I was being serious.
Oh no. Yeah. I think did the Halloween event introduce new guns? Wait, was because
No.
the Alamo and the Spikes pistol were both Serpent's Moon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Which, by
Yeah.
the
No.
way,
I think Halloween it was just skins.
yeah. After having been around for a while, I think both of those are really fun additions. I
I
know a lot
agree.
of people say the Alamo's crap. I like it a lot. Um,
I think it's fine.
Here's the thing. Do you know how I play Spikes pistol? I play the Spikes pistol in basically one way. When I
Okay.
play Labelle. That's
Is it
basically how I
just
play.
for the reserve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially what I've been doing a lot of times for the Derringer one now. When I get that, I play like Spikes Derringer or something, or like Labelle
Jeez.
or Spikes pistol or Derringer. That way you get like the high damage tap and try and finish them with the DE.
Right. Man,
Is it a meme? I don't know. It's fun though.
it's fun though. Diggy do kills are so satisfying.
I got one through a board.
What?
The dude was reviving his buddy. This is not like a skilled shot.
Oh,
It
okay.
was like I'm 90% sure his head's there. I'm trying to judge a little. I'm like, and I fired, and it was just through like a little fence. And I like as I'm aiming, I'm like, I don't know if this will penetrate this because it's
What is the thing you do?
a Derringer
Penetration?
garbage, but apparently enough to go through a fence. To be fair, I was like sticking my Derringer through the fence post.
Well, okay, if you're right there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but like I was just I was like, will this get? And then I was like, oh, he's about to finish the revive. We're about to find out.
Uh,
So
I'm not
he
sure
did.
what counts, like how to tell what. Oh, wait a minute, these things right here. Weak against armor, physical damage, blunt. That's for the melee. Oh, that's just all melee. Hold on.
What are you babbling about?
Derringer bullet, pocket gun cartridge, low damage, pierces thin wood sheet at close range. Literally
Yep, that sounds
because
about
of
right.
where you were. It
Yeah.
specifically. That's
Oh no,
amazing.
I know if it was flipped. If I was shooting from where he was and he was behind it, there's no way it panned.
Wow.
But he has Derringer headshot through wood on his screen, which makes me happy.
That's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, so Halloween event, I thought it was neat. I
Huh.
didn't have enough time to complete the last. I think I got them all, but the very last tier, because the very last tier was for the hunter, and
Hmm.
Mamma Mia didn't do it for me. So I was
Mamma
like, whatever.
mia.
It was also during like when I was trying to finalize all my work stuff. So like, yeah, I'm
Right.
just doing this. Um,
Mamma
I
mia.
enjoyed it, but I do think if they bring back the quests, I think they need to just tweak it slightly.
Okay.
But I don't really have much to say on the Halloween event.
Yeah, like I said before, it was honestly kind of forgettable. I hate to say
Yeah, and
that.
like, well, a lot of the guns too were like the old legendaries that people kept requesting come back.
Yeah.
And so
What were the legendaries with that?
I think that they were all just the old one, right? I think they were just the old.
Everything that you got with Billy's story was old content except for Billy himself. The
Yeah,
Halloween one,
I think it was the new hunter was
Bone
yeah.
Shard, and
Bone Shred
those,
was from the original.
and the
I did get a Bone
Marwood
Shred kill during it, which was great. Marwood was
Executioner.
old. Executioner was old.
It's interesting because there's two different pumpkin icons. So the one on Executioner and Marwood have like a rounded pumpkin, while the Bone Shard one has like a pear-shaped pumpkin on it.
Well, Executioner wasn't originally.
It was Halloween because the Executioner himself, the
No,
headsman,
it was.
he came with the headsman,
No,
or
wasn't that
it
Scrap?
came with the headsman.
No, it wasn't Scrappy, was it? What was
No,
Executioner from? Was it
it was a
from
Halloween.
Halloween?
It was
It was
not
last
this
Halloween.
right, not this last one, but the one
Okay.
before last. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I'm just stupid. I was thinking
No,
it
you're
was
stupid. You're
Execution.
just forgetful. It's
I was
fine.
thinking the axe was with the Plague Doctor for some reason.
Okay, it came out with the headsman. But it's funny because I
Um,
don't see anything else that came out with the more recent Halloween one, except for the bone shard. But
No, Bone Shard was with the original.
well, right, but you could still get it with that last one.
Yeah,
But
you could get
how?
all
Because I
the
didn't buy it.
original ones. They were just the unlocks or purchasable.
Then maybe I didn't finish it
I
either.
think I think the new one was they had the weapon charm and um the hunter. I think those were the two.
What was the weapon charm for that?
The bone effigy.
I'm just
I
gonna
think
see
it
if
was.
I've got it because I don't remember.
I can check what I'm only using. I did unlock the knight for the new
The
event.
skull effigy,
I
yeah.
apologize that we're keeping up the event, but like we're in it. It's just like
Right, we're like standing
I
here.
don't. It's like partial. It's like partial topic. Yeah, skull effigy.
Yeah. By the way, I know
How
it's
do you,
effigy. I just like to say effigy.
yeah. How do you feel about the terms?
They're a
Let's
thing.
close this out.
They're there.
Let's have this be the end thing. Let's wrap up on terms.
Okay, yeah, they're I mean, it's another thing for them to sell. And
Yeah, I
it adds a little bit of customization. The thing I hate about it is that while you're trying to wiggle out in the woods, ADSing, you have
they're
this
like flipping
thing
around.
in the side of your this thing in the side of your vision that's moving, and the number
Yeah.
of times that I've thought it was a player or something that I needed to flick to, and it
Yep.
wasn't. It was just I'm not used to seeing something moving that close to my face. It's a little frustrating, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't really use them. I don't really apply them to my guns that much.
Some people have complained about them being tonally inconsistent with the game. How do you feel about that?
Actually, I think they're you mean like lore wise, right? Like it like fit with the
Not,
game aesthetic.
yeah, like the vibe.
I actually don't mind it because in terms of like lore, I could see people being kind of like
Yeah.
suspicious of voodoo or whatever, and they're putting things on their guns to ward away, dark evils and stuff like that. I can see that.
See, that's funny as you say that because the only I would
You cut
I
out.
just I said it's funny that you say that because the one that I got and I actually like is the knight, which is literally just the chess piece just slapped on the side.
Well,
And
okay.
like it's like all the other options are like, do you want an arrowhead? Do you want a skull effigy? Do you want like the serpent moon
I bet if you
minto?
go to the internet and you search what does the knight chess piece stand for, it means something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It means my hunter can now move in an L shape.
Oh, that's what that means. Okay.
Yeah, but I think they're a bit like you said. They sometimes they can be a bit funky, uh, especially on some pistols. Like when you put like a it's it I put it on the officer, the knight on the officer, and it's like it's massive in comparison to the gun.
It's just in the way.
Yeah. The true crime though is you can't put it on the Derringer.
Oh, that actually is a crime. I would totally put it on my Derringer.
I
That's just me.
look, Crytek, you let me put the knight on the Derringer, and I have a main. Let's go.
Oh no.
Um,
Christ, please don't
yeah,
do that. Never mind.
I think it's interesting. The big reason I'm not upset at all is like they're all optional. You don't like them, whatever.
Yeah, if you don't like it,
Um,
it's fine. It's just something else for them to
and
monetize.
it seems like a nice thing to add like touch of customization. It's probably fairly low effort for them.
Yeah.
Like I imagine it was a bit of work to get it actually up and running, but like because like the first two were like here's one for each event, and now they're like we've got 19
Yeah,
scheduled events.
yeah. All of our artists were hard at work while we were busy making sure they could work.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got I will say the thing that I've been playing the Concertina Trip mine again.
Oh yeah.
The bomb, sorry. And
Oh,
I'm still very annoyed that the legendary Scrapper Snare or Trapper Snare, whatever it is,
Stalker
that
Snare.
that
Yeah.
doesn't come from Scavenger Snare. That's what it is.
Oh,
That
Scavenger
came
Snare.
from the Scrappy event. Doesn't have scrap beak wire.
Yeah, that's
Now,
definitely.
could it technically affect gameplay? Because how Scrappy wire? Sure, if people don't understand how scrap beak and boss layers work, but wouldn't it be cool to have like little feathers and stuff on it? I think it'd be really neat.
It'd be
I
cool. It
wish
would be really cool. Like
Crytek.
part of me kind of understands why they didn't do it, but at the same
Oh,
time,
I
just do it.
fully
It was
understand why they
cool.
didn't, but they should have.
Yeah.
They should have. Crytek patch it.
It's just we're making the decisions here now, Crytek.
Yeah.
Sorry, you got to
Uh,
make this happen.
You answered to us. We have like 4 subs.
We have like 4 subs and I think like 60 views on our last
We
podcast,
have 60 views on the
or
last
or
one.
listens or something. Oh, actually, I don't even remember. It's been a
Oh
minute.
my gosh! Hello,
No,
people.
I'm not gonna lie. I think we actually had more. I was being mean to us.
We've made it to the big time.
We made it
Like,
somewhere.
I mean, honestly though, hey, thanks for your time, people.
Yeah,
I hope
seriously.
I hope it's been somewhat informative, and I know some of my like the people I know listen to it on like commutes and work stuff.
Yeah.
And as somebody who listens to podcasts and stuff on the way to the work, you know, I know there's a lot of options out there, and I hope it's actually informative during that time, and I hope it's entertaining,
Yeah.
and I hope my voice isn't horribly grating. So,
Same, frankly. Um, what's our all-time?
yeah, we should probably wrap it up though for this one, and then
Yeah, probably.
we're hoping to record another one for this event coming up, but our schedules are funky.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we're hopefully coming back a little bit with the next semester. If nothing else, I've got a spring break that we can hopefully record like a couple podcasts during.
That'd be awesome.
But
That'd
yeah,
be great.
so let's wrap it up there because next time we will be back with good old wildfire.
Oh yes.
I don't know what it's actually called. I call it wildfire because I think it's a
It's
better name.
Devil's Moon?
Devil's Moon.
I'm pretty sure. Click. Yeah, Devil's Moon.
Moon 3 Electric Boogaloo.
Devil's Moon, The
Oh.
Dark is Rising. It has a subtitle. So prepare for
Okay,
that next
they should have just
next
called it
time.
wildfire.
They should have. But, you know. Again, Crytek, you gotta hire us. Like, it just makes sense.
And I will say, like, I know it sounds like we talked about, but good lord, this event's got a lot of crap to talk about.
It really does. Even
I
though
don't
we
mean crap
touched
in, like, a
here and
negative way.
there on
Like,
there's a lot in this
yeah,
one.
it was leading into it. It was kind of. I know I felt this way, but I was kind of in the thing of like we haven't really gotten content in a while, and then they dropped this one. I was like, ah,
Oh, that
that's
explains
why
it.
we haven't gotten content in a while.
The Crytek MO.
And it does feel like they listen to a lot of things, so I think a lot of them were like, events should affect gameplay in a minimal sense. They probably things they were working towards. So,
Right.
but yeah, it'll be because I'm hoping to not just talk about the event, but talk a little bit more about like, hey, here's quest lines leading into this one, like we did today, and so it
Right,
should
right.
be informative past. Hey, event. Woo. I
Yeah,
don't want to
yeah,
just do a
event.
recap of here's all the
Right,
things.
right.
So
I actually want to talk mechanics eventually.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, and we'll have to talk about the packs, and I'll have to look up what the frick the Infernal pack does.
oh yeah, because who does that, right?
That's a thing that is in the game. All right,
Yes.
yeah, let's wrap it up. Drake, you gonna encourage people to make poor decisions?
Oh, always. Thank you guys so much for listening. You can find us over on our link tree, various places. It'll be YouTube, Rumble, help me out here, Anchor, and Spotify, if I remember
Yeah,
right. It's been long
YouTube.
enough. Did I not say YouTube? YouTube, Rumble.
I don't know.
There's a number of them. It's all
It's
there.
midnight for
You
me.
could and me. You you can find us as well on our link tree individually, or together. We're in each other's discords. But yeah, thank you for
True.
listening to Hunt Lowdown. Don't forget to bring your drugs into the bayou.
Have
As
a great one,
always.
guys.
Bye.
Microphone out. Is that better?
It sounds the same to me.
Great. So I can't eat popcorn, is what you're telling me.
No, you can eat popcorn.
Probably a bad idea.